to the apostles, bishops, and elders of Great Millstone. Shalom to you, hopefully. I'm your brother, Yoba Call from Great Millstone, Orlando. And just wanted to touch on this real quick through the spirit. With the passing of the beloved Zaquan. I titled this the way that I titled it. This in comfort, or in death, there's comfort. All right. Because I remember a couple of years ago when one of my sisters, she had a miscarriage, and of course, everyone was sad and down, and things of that nature, which is a natural reaction according to the flesh, concerning death. When someone so-called dies, having that having that connection, all right, it's gonna hurt, even to those of us in the know that understand the concept of death. Even with all that being said, when people that we love pass on, again, understanding what death is, it still hurts to an extent, because it's like, damn, but nevertheless, again, those of us understanding what death is, right, we ought to comfort one another with these words, because going back to the passing of the beloved elder, the Wadi Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, I had the pleasure, honor of meeting and fellowshipping with the Zaquan. Even though the Zaquan dealt with all type of physical infirmities and things of that nature, nevertheless, we walk according to the spirit, and there was never a dull moment with the Zaquan. Every time I got to be around the elder, it was always smiles and a Shalom King, like I said, we walk in the spirit, because it takes me back again when I had the opportunity to go up north, meet the apostles and certain men, bishops of familiar faces. I'll be honest, it did hurt a little bit, being that, especially the apostles, and the men that are up there in age, because it's one thing you see on camera, being that the apostles, man, they look lively, they look young, put a lot of young brothers such as ourselves to shame, put a lot of us young men to shame, the apostles are very lively, but like I said, even with that being said, certain of these men, of course, they're up in age, and you can tell, being in the flesh, being in the body, and the wear and tear and things of that nature. Like I said, it bothered me a little bit, but that's just me speaking, because like I said, you will never tell on camera, brothers dealing with certain ailments, certain situations. You'll never know, but going back to the Zaquan, like I said, as I can only imagine what he was dealing with as far as his physical ailments, his discomfort and things of that nature. But nevertheless, like I said, man, it was never a dull moment with the elder. It was always smiles, it was always Shalom King, the elder never forgot my name, because you meet brothers, all right, Salakia, you deal with these bug outs on the comment board. So these gotta be bots, man. Bear with me. Bear with me. Salakia. Any more bug outs on the comment board, man, you're just gonna get blocked. So but as I was saying, because you meet certain elders, you meet brothers and things of that nature, and oftentimes you forget the brothers' names and whatnot. But when every time I came around these Zaquan, he never forgot my name. Yeah, hey brother, hey, that's the brother Yawakal right there. Hey, Shalom Yawakal, it's just very beautiful elder, very beautiful spirit. It was an honor and a privilege and a pleasure. And it's beautiful. I'm only speaking on it because I don't know the elder as much as brothers that familiar with him. But I was just praying. What was that? Last night rather, and this morning. Well, yesterday. What was that? Slacking, man. You work these night shifts and you lose track of time. Because today's Wednesday, so was it yesterday morning, and the night before, I was praying. One of my prayers is just, the Heavenly Father, man, he that the Lord he relieves brothers of their pain. He relieves brothers of their sufferings, whatever brothers are going through. May the Lord take away brothers' sufferings. And then come to find out the Zaquan, he the Lord allowed him to go home peacefully. And that's the thing, because these niggas out here, man, getting judged by Yahweh Shem Shai horribly. But for the most part, when you hear brothers and the truth passing on, it's for the most part, man, a peaceful going. So the Wadi Yahweh Shem Shai, I won't front, because I had some tears down my face, when I heard the news. But it was more so a thing of tears of joy, because like I said, I was just praying yesterday morning, and the night before, brothers, the Lord heal brothers. All right, take care, brothers. And to hear that was just, for me personally, it was just like, man, the Lord, the Lord is dealing, because like I said, the Lord is taking niggas out horribly, these niggas out here are getting judgment, but the Wadi al-Bashmal Shai, he's taking whoever is not meant to because we are coming into the time of Jacob's trouble. So Yahweh Shem Shai is the merciful power that he is. All right, taking certain saints out before the great tribulation. So like I said, and that's why, again, we ought to comfort one another with these words, because even in death there is comfort. All right, even in death there is comfort. The Lord takes certain of his saints out before the tribulation comes, which is a beautiful thing. All right, because like I said, going back to what I was mentioning with one of my sisters a couple of years ago, some years ago, she had a miscarriage, and like I said, man, naturally everyone's all down and out and depressed, but again, in death there's comfort. All right, and as much as we get on Jake, right, as much as we rebuke, we reprove, all right, but there is another side to this, because even in the destruction, even in the judgments, there's hope. Now granted, there's only hope for a small select few, but nevertheless, the Lord is just not some unbalanced power. All right, the Lord is not some bully. All right, scriptures talk about how the Lord is merciful, he's gracious, and he can't wait to show that side to his people. Now, I was going to start with the elect first and foremost. All right, because we're used to one side of the Heavenly Father, where we're used to being chastised. All right, we're used to the Heavenly Father dealing with us as sons, so but that's not the Heavenly Father. That's not what he's all about. Like I said, he's more than willing. He can't wait to show that other side. So it's coming, it's coming. And a part of the comfort, again, is that there is no place called hell where your spirit burns forever. That's Roman Catholic dogma. It's just basically a way to scare the people into getting money out of them. All right, one way or the other, which a lot of these Israelite groups, they have adopted the concept. All right, which goes to show you that they're paid out. But those of us over here at Great Millstone, we don't teach nor believe in a place called hell, as far as your spirit burning forever. All right, so again, you know, that's the beautiful thing about it. Everyone, even the wicked, when they so-called die, um, they even go to the spiritual realm. Now, how it's compartmentalized, well, we'll figure that out in due time. All right, but even the wicked, when they die, the scriptures tell us that even the wicked, when they so-called die, even they're at rest. So, you know, what they would call, oh, he's in a better place or she's in a better place is very, very, very true. You know, and oftentimes even knowing that, you know, when it comes to individuals and you know damn well that we're wicked as hell, you know, but you still have these people. Oh, you know, oh, he's in a better place now. You know, he's in a better place, and that is very much true. All right, because everyone, even the wicked, when they so-called die, they go to the spiritual realm. So that's a part of our comfort. All right, and yeah, even in death, you know, there's comfort, and that's why, you know, one of the last enemies to be defeated is death. As Yahweh Shai, he conquered death, and the scriptures talk about that. You know, the same power that raised up Yahweh Shai from the dead. Hey, this is the power that we serve. You know, Yahweh Shai was risen from the dead. All right. And again, man, the beautiful thing about this, man, you know, is everyone that so-called dies, all of our loved ones and things of that nature. The beautiful thing about it is we're going to see them again. You know, we're going to see them again. So, you know, at the end of the day, we don't have to worry about them. You know, especially amongst Jake, when people die, you got the funerals, right? People at the funerals, everyone's crying and boo-hoo and acting a fool. You know, but those individuals, those spirits are in the spiritual realm looking down like, damn, why they crying for me? You know, I should be weeping for y'all. Because they're at peace. All right. They're in paradise. And again, we're going to see them again. You know, that's what's beautiful about it. You know, we're going to see them again. All the so-called, all the people that so-called die in this world, you know, our loved ones, families, whatever, we're going to see them again. You know, but even more so when it comes to the elect. All right. All those that die in this truth, and make no mistake about it, I believe wholeheartedly that the elder was a man of Yahweh Shema Shai. He's one of the elect because he passed on doing the work. All right. You know, call Allah Yahweh Shema Shai. All right. But that was initially my first thought. You know, when I hear brothers in the truth, so-called dying, passing on, hey, Lord willing, I'll see him again. We'll meet up in a chariot, you know. What's that? 1 Thessalonians chapter 4. 1 Thessalonians 4 and starting at 13, and the heading says, those who died in Hamashiach. Because again, to the elect, those that die, you know, you hear our apostles, bishops, they talk about, they go into the stories about King Mashal, you know, and these men that have passed on in the spiritual realm. Lord willing, it's going to be one big reunion on the chariot. All right. But that applies to the elect, because, you know, you know, to the rest, to the others, like I said, we're going to see them again, but they're going to be born through the loins of the elect. So they're going to be the sons and the daughters of the elect. All right. But as far as those concerning those that were doing the work, 1 Thessalonians 4 and 13, but I would not have you to be ignorant, brethren, concerning them which are asleep. And you see, again, they are at rest. That's why we say so-called die. All right. Because they're simply at sleep. All right. They're simply asleep. They're at rest. It says that ye sorrow not, even as others which have no hope. So you see, man, these people, they simply don't understand the concept of what death is. All right. You're simply asleep, simply at rest. It says, for if we believe that Yahweh Shai died and rose again, even so them also which sleep in Yahweh Shai will the Most High bring with him. So you see, all right, the Lord promised us that, hey, you know, all those that died in Yahweh Bashim Shai, that again, the same power Yahweh that raised Yahweh Shai up from the dead, those of the elect that died in Yahweh Shai, They're gonna come with Yahushua when he returns. All right, they're gonna have shotgun in the chariots. That's why I said it's gonna be one big family reunion on the chariot. You know, oftentimes when I see brothers come to town, brothers visit. Hey, you know, Lord, when I see you on the chariot, you know. Every now and then, brothers in my camp, you know, when we have to depart, hey, Lord willing, you know, because we don't know if that's the last time we're going to see him again. So we don't know if that's the last time we're going to see each other. So, hey, you know, hey, Lord willing, I see you on the chariot, bro. Verse 15, for this we say unto you by the word of the Lord, that we which are alive and remain to the saints on earth, all right, that are here, the elect on the earth that are here right now. It says, and remain until the coming of the Lord shall not prevent them which are asleep. For the Lord himself shall descend from heaven with a shout, with the voice of the archangel, and with the trump of the Most High. And the dead in Hamashiach shall rise first. So again, the saints of us here on earth, when Yahushua comes, hey, we're just going to meet up with the saints, those that have already passed on. When Yahushua comes, we're going to meet them in the clouds. All right, that chariot. And again, it's going to be one big reunion. Yahushua is going to be being with those elect once more. All right. You know, because that's another thing. Yahushua, he can't wait to be with his men again. He can't wait to be with the brothers again. Now, certain things have to take place after that, you know, but when it's all said and done, and that first day is establishing the kingdom, and, you know, when business is handled, when it's all said and done, hey, Yahushua is going to be Yahushua and those elect men, 144,000 men, which are 12,000 men, not women, but men out of each tribe. All right. And again, some of them are already in the spiritual realm right now. So verse 18, wherefore comfort one another with these words. So you see, that's the comfort, man. A part of the comfort. All right. Even in death, there's comfort. You know, and that's why we get to a certain point. Now, of course, it's easier said than done. Because, you know, when we're younger in the faith, we think like, damn, what happens if I get my head chopped off? Because some of the elect are going to get martyred during Jacob's trouble. Some of the elect are going to get their heads chopped off during Jacob's trouble. You know, but as we grow in the faith and more we understand the concept of death, hey, you know, I mean, you know, for the most part, we don't look forward to death anymore, or excuse me, we don't fear death. You know, these people simply fear death because they don't understand the process. They don't understand the concept of what death is. You know, but we don't fear death. So I mean, you know, if anything, we in a sense, in a way, we look forward to it, you know, because hey, any place is better than this, you know. You know, my demon, you know, she has a big family, Ephraim, and people always, you know, passing on so-called dying in her family, and you know, of course, like I said, naturally, you know, everyone mourns and this and that, but I just be to myself like, man, you lucky mofo, you know. You know, because again, it's like, what are y'all crying about? They're good, they're at peace, you know, they're at rest, you know. And again, even those that pass on, they're in the spiritual realm. Like, why are they weeping for me? I should be weeping for y'all, you know. But I'm gonna grab this as well. 2 Samuel 12. And this was after King David committed adultery. After King David committed adultery, and he ended up getting the woman pregnant. Uh, 2 Samuel 12. It says, or 2 Samuel 12 and 15. And Nathan departed unto his house, and the Lord struck the child that Uriah's wife bare unto David, and it was very sick. Because again, King David committed adultery with Uriah's wife, you know, and set it up to where Uriah would be killed in battle. All right. So again, Uriah's wife, she ended up getting pregnant, but the child ended up falling sick, very sick. David therefore besought the Most High for the child, and David fasted and went in and lay all night upon the earth. So basically he was in a depressed state. Verse 17. And the elders of the house and the elders of his house arose and went to him and to raise him up from the earth, but he would not, neither did he eat bread with them. And it came to pass on the 7th day that the child died. And the servants of David feared to tell him that the child was dead. But they said, Behold, while the child was yet alive, we spake unto him, and he would not hearken unto our voice. How will he then vex himself if we tell him that the child is dead? So again, King David, he prayed, he fasted, that the Lord spare the child. All right, like I said, he's pretty much in this depressed state, but he ended up, the child ended up passing on anyways. Right. And of course, they're communing how they're going to break the news to King David. But verse 20, then David arose from the earth and washed. Verse 19. But David saw that his servants whispered. David perceived that the child was dead, therefore said unto his servants, Is the child dead? And they said, He is dead. So mind you, again, King David, he was in this depressed state. He didn't want to eat, drink, or anything, praying. He fasted, right, for the child, right? But after the fact that the child died, and this was King David's reaction. Verse 20, then David arose from the earth and washed and anointed himself and changed his apparel and came into the house of the Lord and worshipped. Then he came to his own house, and when he required, they set bread for him. They set bread before him, and he did eat. So he got up like nothing happened. He was back to normal. After the news got out, the child passed on. Hey, David got up, he ate, he anointed himself, right? And the servants, they seen this, and they're like, what the hell? That's why when you read on in verse 22, it says, and he said, while the child was yet alive, I fasted and wept. Slacky, I keep jumping to verse 21. Then said his servants unto him, what thing is this that thou hast done? Thou didst weep, thou didst fast and weep for the child while it was alive, but when the child was dead, thou didst raise and eat bread. So you see, they're confused. While the child was alive, David was in his depressed state, but now the child has passed on. It's like David it's like he's good now. So they're like in this confused state. It says verse 22. And he said, while the child was yet alive, I fasted and wept. For I said, who can tell whether the Most High would be gracious to me, that the child may live? But now he is dead. Wherefore should I fast? Can I bring him back again? I shall go to him, but he shall not return to me. So you see, because basically the point being, again, what they would say, oh, he's in a better place, or she's in a better place. The child's in a better place. There's no point of weeping and fasting when, someone so-called dies, when someone passes on. There's no point of, hoo-hoo and hollering now. Like I said, naturally, it hurts, it'll hurt. Like I said, when I found out the elder passed, like I said, I shed a tear or two, but it was more so in like, man, he's good now. He finished his course. It was tears of joy. I'll be honest. In my short time knowing the elder, beautiful, humble elder, so when I found out, when, the news broke out, like I said, man, I shed a tear too, but it was more so, hey, man, Kala Yahba Shema Shai, he finished his course. He was definitely a man of the Lord. He's one of the elect. Like I said, Lord, when we're going to see him again, there's no point when people so-called die. There's no point of weeping and fat. There's no point. They're good. I tell my demon that all the time when her people pass. When she finds out someone dies, she's every now and then, every so often, she's crying on the phone. I'm just like, man, who died now? Who passed away now? But I that's just my attitude, because that's them in this spiritual realm. Like, why y'all tripping for me? I'm good. They're good. And that's the beautiful thing about it. We're going to see him again. We're going to see him again. And if you think about it, the whole concept of hell, people that you love dearly burning forever, that can bug you out. That can bug you out. But the Wadi al Shah, there is no place where your spirit burns forever, man. You know, everyone that we so-called, everyone that we love that so-called dies, we're gonna see him again. You know, and that's the beautiful thing about it, man. Call Allah Yahweh Shema Shai. So, you know, yeah, that's pretty much it. You know, again, and even in death, you know, there's comfort. You know, hell, the Lord can show mercy in death. You know, and I pray, because again, some of the elect are going to get martyred. You know, but fret not, the Lord's going to give you a certain spirit, to whoever is destined to, you know, whoever's lot that is. The Lord's going to give them a spirit to be able to handle that, to deal with that. And I pray that, hey, if the Lord, you know, if that's my lot, then, hey, show mercy, Baba Gashah. You know, any of my close family relatives, you know, have to be, have to go to the spiritual realm, and I have to witness it, or whatever the case may be. Hey, Lord, may the Lord show mercy, because the Lord can do that. The Lord that have it to where, hey, you know, you so-called die, but you won't feel no pain. You know, we read the different accounts about Stephen. As he was getting stoned, he saw the glory. He saw Yahweh Shai sitting on the right hand of Yahweh. It doesn't mention him, you know, feeling any type of pain, right? The 7 sons, you know, with the mother and the 7 sons, you know, they were dying. They were getting tortured to death. It doesn't show. It doesn't tell us that they felt any pain. You see, so the Lord can do things like that. You know, He could do things like that. So even in death, the Lord can show mercy. You know, so that's the beautiful thing about the power that we serve. You know, He's not some bully. He's not some, you know, nah, man. You know, our Lord is beautiful, man. He's perfect. You know, but Gene in His likeness, 15, Slakia, 1 Corinthians 15, 55, O death, where is thy sting, O grave? Where is thy victory? The sting of death is sin, and the strength of sin is the law. So again, Yahushua showed us that death can be conquered. All right, like I said, that is the last enemy to be defeated. You know, and we have a mindset, hey, we're not afraid of death, because Esau, he's going to come with it. Esau is going to come with it. All right, he's going to use his fear tactics. All right, and everything, you know. And again, being that these people, they're afraid of death because they simply don't understand what death is. Well, hey, that's why a lot of these people, majority of these people, they're going to fold. All right. St. John 6:33. These things I have spoken to you, that in me you might have peace. In the world you shall have tribulation. Be of good cheer. I have overcome the world. So Yahushua is that standard. All right. He's that standard. He's that blueprint for us to live by. And again, He conquered death. All right. You know, so, you know, whatever the case may be, hey, the Lord will make a way. You know, but nevertheless, again, there's comfort even in death. There is comfort. You know, call Allah Yahweh Shema Shai. Lord, one of this was edifying. Shalom to you. Hopefully, like.